Hey guys, I hope you guys are all well. I am here to do a quick reading for you to see what we've got tonight. I'm tired. I'm very tired. Bear with me. Let's see what we got. What does the collective need to know tonight? What does the collective need to know tonight? No. All right. Interesting. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, okay. Huh. Let's put these down here for a moment. Let's see. What do we need to know tonight? Self-sabotage. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. For those of you who are aware that there is a karmic third party type situation, don't make it fit. Okay? If it doesn't fit, it may not be your reading. Karmic relationship does not necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a parent, somebody that is ridiculously involved in this person's life to the degree that they should not be at this point. We're all adults here, and yeah. So it could be that if there's a parent interfering, or actually, it could be a belief system, or just something that's coming between you. It could be a job, it could be anything, right? Anything. Children, whatever. I have a karmic attachment that won't let me go. They're causing chaos and drama. Okay? You've had patience for this person. You've been patient with me during this journey. The wait is over. True love is here. They want to communicate with you. The more I see you, the more I love and adore you. My heart cries out for you. I was only able to see what I wanted to see, and I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. I want the whole world to know that you are mine and only mine. This person, is depressed. They're feeling guilty for their behavior and unhappy with the outcome. They self-sabotaged. Withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. Self-doubt. They did not feel like they were enough. So they didn't offer you anything. This says expect a message soon. They want to express how much they truly miss you. But if they are in a karmic type situation, they're going to have to overcome this. They're definitely going to have to overcome this. And this feels, for most of you, this is going to be an interference of some sort, like a parent. Because this person may have, not kind of held this relationship in private, because of this meddling parent or somebody that they didn't want to know about you, or, maybe they knew about you but didn't approve of you, whatever. But this person's ready to stand up and fight for this relationship, and it may not have been, may have never been grounded as a relationship, because, this person allowed other people to interfere and just self-sabotage themselves as well, because they have toxic behaviors that needed to be addressed. Let's see what else we've got here. As far as, let's go Confessions of a Soulmate. For these, I'm going to have to put my glasses back on because, yeah, I'm feeling that one, but not this one. I'm going to just pull a few of these. What does the collective need to know about their person? What does the collective need to know about their person? Let's see what we got here. Love. Beautiful. I want to make love to you. Which you have never experienced before. I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else before us has ever known. Your touch and your voice really healed me. You know, this person feels very touched all the way around by you, you know? All the way around by you. Tell me more about the... Okay. Twin flame signs. As your twin flame, I mirror what you're going through. Notice how we're very similar and share the same vision. There is a connection between us that can't be denied. We have to work on ourselves to be together. Look out for signs of my love. It is me sending them to you. If you're seeing signs and synchronicities, you know, 1111, you know, angel numbers, Google those. If you're seeing an abundance of numbers, Google them to see what they mean. Wanting. I can't help wanting you, you know, sexually. Your energy excites me and allures me. I want your touch. I'm craving for you. Your body turns me on. I just want you right now. Please come home, baby. You know, this person, it just loves you in every way. Physically, emotionally, mentally, you know, they absolutely adore you. They want you. They feel drawn to you. Let's see, what else am I feeling called to? Let's get one of these guys. It's My Little Animal Spirits by Kim Krantz, for those of you who want to know. I'm not particularly fond of the pocket version of these because the book isn't that thorough. It's definitely not as thorough as the big book. I think it comes in a cute little tin, but it's just not real explanatory, and I want the big book now. It's on my Amazon wish list, which is on YouTube if anybody cares to know. Energy exchanges are always welcome and amazing. All of that information is in my bio and YouTube. We have this spider, which is talking about, this one talks about, I want to say this is about awakening. And we also have the stingray, heavy water. I'm going to say, what is a connecting energy between the two? What is the connecting energy between the two? I'm going to say these are your person's energies. What are the connecting energies between the collective and their person? Connecting energies between the collective and their person. Alright, you want that one? Okay. Raccoon. Alright. Not familiar with that one at all. Let's see. Let's check out the connecting energies, okay? Let's see here, guys. We have water and earth signs. So these are earth and this is water. Let's see. The raccoon. Okay, so talented, shadowy, in hiding. So this would tell me that you guys were in separation from one another. You guys are separate right now. Raccoon energy, and is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument. Oh, there could be a very big musical connection between the two of you. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success, sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask. There's been a lot of mask wearing in this relationship, thus the self-sabotage, and that could be coming from both sides, wearing a mask. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. At other time, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. There's been lack in this situation between the two of you, maybe even so much as competition, and actually very out of balance. To bring this into balance, make new work. You got, okay. So let's go with your person's energy, and I've got Stingray and Spider. So let's look at the Spider first, because it's in the same area here. Let's see. Ah, crap. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. This person is working on their finances, and they are going through an emotional breakthrough with the spider. And a spiritual awakening. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. I recently told a friend, that they needed to tap into their heart chakra, that they needed to truly and genuinely open that up, and that abundance would follow when they applied, their life purpose. That money just follows. It's not, you should never really go after it because of money, or, even like a spiritual connection. The twin flame journey is not about finances or being together. It's about a common goal. And the thing about it is, the rest follows. Everything follows. It's like a Bible verse that I remember, oh man, what in the world is it? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. Essentially, if you're going after your life's purpose, everything else will be given to you. It'll follow suit. But it's a matter of going after it the right way and not going after the money-driven path, which makes, fast money goes fast. It just does. It absolutely and positively does. It goes very quickly, and it's fleeting. But when you are doing something that you absolutely love, money comes in, and it's like, oh, cool, that's amazing. And pretty soon there's a multitude of it, just because you're doing a beautiful thing that you love. So when in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity, and actually finding your life's purpose. Let's look at the Stingray really quickly here. Find it. Let's see. Sorry guys, this book is still kind of sticky, and it's tiny. Developing confidence, sense of self, or a spine. This person's been a people pleaser. This is what it screams people pleaser, okay? The Stingray represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. They say that when when you're unhealed, you would rather choose a comfortable, a known hell than, just for comfort's purposes, than an unknown heaven. And you never fully step into what, beautiful aspects of life because you're terrified that you can't control it and you don't know what the next step is going to be. And I say this all the time. It's like if God gave you a vision of the entire staircase, you would not go. You wouldn't go because you would see all these obstacles and you'd be like, oh, yeah, no, that's too much. But if He unveils things one step at a time and you are confident and bold enough to take that one step, you see, and by the time you get to the top, you look back and you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. That was absolutely positively amazing. But if you would have seen all of the obstacles you had to overcome to get there, you may not have taken the journey. But then by the same token, if you see the outcome as amazing, how many times would you fail to hurry up and get the failures out of the way so you could get to the amazing top? You know what I mean? Think about it like that. Also very beautiful. But the success lies at the top, and it's taking the first step into the unknown. And that's where your person is at, is they're getting a spine, they're deciding to not please others and not worry about who cares about what, and choosing love and choosing themselves and choosing what they want. Here we go. It says right here, pressure from family and friends makes the decisions even more complicated. No matter what the choice is now, it's inevitable this dilemma will resurface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. And this love that they have for you is too strong to ignore. It's just going to keep coming back over and over and over, and they mash it down and try and make it go away, and it doesn't go anywhere. And they still continue in their people-pleasing era, and they are like shoving this down. Instead of just saying, nope, that's not what I want for my life. I want my love. I want to be happy. And I feel like this would make me happy. So maybe they've made bad decisions in the past and misstep, and taken routes that did not lead them to happiness. And they're fearful to take those same steps towards you. But you're different. You're different, and they instinctively they know that you're different. But the thing about it is, they have had so many disappointments in the past that they're afraid that history is going to repeat itself, and they don't trust themselves to make the first freaking step. I'm being really called to another deck, so when I finish reading this about the stingray, I am going to grab one more deck, and we're going to close with that. When in balance, eager, wants to know. When out of balance, blames others and quits. So that's the other thing. They fail to see, instead of taking responsibility, there's a lot of victimhood in this pile. A lot. Like, oh, woe is me. I've always had it bad. And it's not to diminish things that the person has gone through, because we all go through things, and some of us worse than others, that are hard. Life is not easy. And some of us absolutely have it better than others, okay? And the same water that boils a potato boils an egg, and one gets hard and one gets soft. So, the person, it's how you look at it. And it's also what you make of it. Another thing that I talked to somebody about, like, you've been through a lot in life. Make it count. Use it to help other people. Be the pillar that other people can look up to and say, you know what, this person made it through. Look at what they've made of their lives. It's freaking amazing. Your person needs to step into their power and step into that and stop sabotaging themselves, because literally withholding love from you, they withheld love from themselves. Self-doubt, because they didn't feel like they could offer you enough, when all you ever wanted was just to be loved. And this person made you feel that. They loved you in a way that you had never been loved. You felt seen. They felt seen. But they're still terrified. They're terrified because maybe they thought they felt this with another person in the past and it did not wind up going down that same path. It went all wrong. Maybe that had to do with them self-sabotaging. Maybe that had to do with them, their picker was broken. You know? But they have a sense. They are sensing with their third eye. God is calling them to wake up. With the spider and the spiritual awakening, they are being called to listen to their intuition and their instincts, to be instinctual. I mean, we are given, it's a God-given gift, and some of us are a little more developed than others, you know, in sensing things and knowing when something is right and feeling very strongly when something is wrong and knowing which way to go with it. And this person doesn't feel like they can trust themselves. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. Move through and feel the feelings that are making the mask stay on, which is with the raccoon, making the mask stay on, you know, making you not be able to be comfortable with yourself. Both of these are beautiful. They are chakra. Both of them have all the colors of the rainbow in them. These are both chakra cards. This person, it has to align their chakras. And they have to open their heart chakra. They need to listen to their intuition and align their third eye. The crown chakra, divine is trying to give them downloads, to tell them what they need to know to move towards you. But even more than that, to move through the pain and the suffering that they've gone through in their lives. So they can love you properly and love themselves first. If they can't love themselves, they cannot meet you there. They need to rise to meet you. And they're being called by the divine to do that. They are receiving signs and synchronicities as well. They may be trying to ignore them, but they are certainly receiving them. Let me get this other deck. Bear with me for 1 minute, guys. This one is... Oh no. Where is it? This is called Chakra, Wisdom Oracle Guidebook, by Tony Hartman. I really like this. It tells weird little stories, but being called to this, I mean, I was called to it before I noticed that these two cards have the colors of the chakras on them. There are good, you know, like parables in this. This is like a parable deck, and I really enjoy it, and every now and then it's a good one. Please tell us what we need to know about the person that the collective came here for. Please tell us what... Okay, that's good. All right. We have joy, completion, gossip. There's that gossip. It's that... it's the person, the karmic situation, the karmic attachment that won't let them go, causing drama and chaos and gossip. Gossip. Charmaine. Let's see. I never met a person I didn't like. Charmaine is eccentric in kind. From her chartreuse greenhouse to her fascination with scarves, she is a topic of town gossip. After her death, the local people discover her incredibly detailed paintings of their town and realize she was an extraordinary artist who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never having really known her. This person needs to know themselves and needs to allow the world to know them. No matter what people will say, it doesn't matter. Inspiration. Charmaine Chartreuse suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is warning that you may lose a valued relationship if you don't appreciate what you have. This is about Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? Uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, refocusing your life, freedom, dance, and honor. You know, visualize someone you may be judging harshly. This person feels like, and has felt like, probably for all of their life, judged very harshly for just being themselves, because themselves might have been tender-hearted, might have been too sensitive per, you know, their parents or people around them, narcissistic people around them, perhaps, you know, that made them shove their feelings down. Honestly, they're worried about being judged, guys, and that is, and truly, with this raccoon card, they're worried about being judged. They're very much concerned about that. They worry about what other people might say, and they need to get past that part. They need to not, the IDAGF, I don't give a, needs to apply in their lives. It's time to get a spine. With the stingray, it's time to get a spine. And say, I don't care. I'm going to live my life the way I want to. I love this person, and this is what it's about to be. I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to live a good life. It's going to be amazing. And you know what? Let them talk. Because chances are good that person that is going, they're worried about being judged by, they don't have shit. Okay? They're not happy. They're miserable people. Okay? And they probably have issues. And it could be generational curses that need to be broken and need to be, right now, stop here. It stops with me, and that's what this person, your person, needs to freaking do, and you may need to too. It's time to not give a crap what other people think. Who cares? Be yourself. Who gives a crap? Visualize someone you may be judging harshly, and everything happens for a reason, so perhaps you're judging yourself harshly. Notice how powerful your negative feelings are. Your person may be very pessimistic. Picture yourself in a room with that person and tell them what you like about them. If you run out of things to say, start repeating. And that's about yourself. Sit there and talk to yourself. Tell yourself the things you like about yourself. I wish that, if you're talking to your person, maybe you forward this reading to your person. Sit there and visualize yourself in a room with yourself, or someone that you're judging harshly, or who's judging you harshly, and sit there and practice telling them what you like about them, whether it be you to you, you to someone else, whatever. You can accept this person as they are. Allow them to tell you things they like about you, and when they finish, thank them for coming. This is on page 44, Divine Protection. Maybe you're seeing 444. Joy. Dancing Daisy. Let's jump and see what happens. We don't know much about Dancing Daisy, but we do know she brings joy when she appears. Everyone who sees her becomes happier and more peaceful. Arguments cease as she comes close. People are even healed physically as a result of her presence. No one knows where she came from, and just before the TV crews arrive, she leaves. She's like a mystical superhero. Dancing Daisy represents a new joyous phase in life and significant change. You can expect that joy comes in the morning. I once wrote a book about my life and all of the things that I've gone through, and I have not published it, but it is called The Joy Comes in the Morning. Interesting. Dancing Daisy represents a new joyous phase in life and a significant change, such as a move, a new job, or a marriage. This is a moment after the leap. This person needs to take a leap. You may not see where you're going, but you will land on your feet. Like I said, the staircase, the person needs to take just one step in the right direction. What can I do to invite happiness into my life? Being present is not the same as truly experiencing something. Key ideas: a conduit for joy, detached from joy, higher purpose, profoundly impacting lives, improved health, joy, playfulness, and delight. Sit with Dancing Daisy. Look at her and allow her joy to fill you. Now imagine a ball of sunshine in your solar plexus. Let it expand, allowing the room to be filled with this radiant energy of yellow light. Send it out to the universe with love. Things manifest quickly after touching this energy. And this is on page 35. That could be significant to someone. 3553. Someone could be 35. Life path 8. Let's see. This one is completion. Final sunset. A life comes to a spectacular close. He was raised in an orphanage and never wore new boots until he enlisted in the army in 1942. By the end of the war, he was a decorated veteran and survived what many of his brothers had not. Later, he became an actor. He was well loved, but his history will remember him as a war hero. When he was finally laid to rest, Goddess smiled upon him as she received him into the heavens. This is a reminder to cherish all the beauty in your life, including endings. Reflect on your part in history and discover what you value the most. Do not fear completion, embrace it. There's the thing. The thing about it is your person's mask, whatever mask they've built for themselves and persona that they have shared with the world needs to die. It needs to die. They need to step into their healing self, their healed self, one that is true to themselves and loving. Am I present in the moment? How do I respond to the idea of completion? Honoring your legacy, a natural ending to a grand adventure, a new beginning on the horizon, a new adventure, honoring those who give to us. Achievement, determination, and fulfillment are the key words for that. Allow all your feelings about endings to come to you, whatever they may be. Do you fear them or rejoice in them? Do some journeying to find clarity here. Part of us has to die. When we finally succumb to healing, right? With love and respect, a lot of the shadow aspects that have protected us for so long have to be put to rest. And we have to allow ourselves to feel. And in that is scary. It's scary because we have built up walls around our heart so that we're not to be hurt again. Like, we don't want to go through it again. It's fearful. It's the scariest thing on the planet. Until you allow yourself to actually experience beautiful things, And you realize that it is not, you can't expect the worst of everything. Just because you have had it rough does not mean that things are going to be bad in the future. But the thing about it is if you're projecting it that way, you're going to it's self-fulfilling prophecy. It's going to continue to happen that way. Because what's going to happen is instead of making the decision for a good partner, you're going to choose shallow ones that'll hurt you. And thus becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. Instead of allowing yourself to heal and rise up to a person and meet them where they are, that can love you properly, not abandon you, not walk away from you, and be there for you and love you the right way. But you have to allow it. You have to work through the fear of loss. 3333 as I look up at the timer. You can't fear loving for fear of loss. Just like it says, withholding love from you, I withhold love from myself. Not feeling worthy of being loved. That's a very sad thing. And it's a very sad thing. And you know what? The thing about it is there's only so many minutes we get in life, okay? We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And do you want to be miserable for the rest of your life? Or do you want to have a good life and open yourself up to amazing, beautiful things? The choice is yours. And like I said, I'm kind of speaking to your person at this point, but you too. If it applies, if the shoe fits, wear it and fix it. And guys, that's all I have for you tonight. And I will see you again tomorrow. All right. Have a good one. Bye.